Now, in the previous video, we seen how we can sniff and capture anything sent over HTTP requests. Most famous websites use HTTPS instead of HTTP. This means that when we try to become the man in the middle, when the person goes to that website, the website will display a warning saying that the certificate of that website is invalid. That way, the person will be suspicious and probably won't log into that page. So what we're going to do, we're going to use a tool called SSL Strip, which will downgrade any HTTPS request to HTTP. So whenever the target person tries to go to https.hotmail.com, for example, then they'll be redirected to HTTP of hotmail.com. Let me show you first. So I'm going to go to my browser on the target and I'm going to try to go to hotmail.com. Now, as you can see here on the top, you'll see that the website uses HTTPS. So if I try to become the man in the middle now, this website will display a warning. So to bypass this, we're going to use a tool called SSL Strip to downgrade any request to the HTTPS website and get it redirected to the HTTP version of this website. Once we go to the HTTP version, then the sniffing the data will be trivial, exactly like happened in the previous video. So you can use SSL Strip manually, but luckily Man in the Middle framework starts it automatically for us. So I'm actually going to run exactly the same command that we seen in the previous video. I'm not going to change anything in it. And if you notice here, once we run this program, you'll see that it will actually tell us that SSL Strip have been started and it's online. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to go to hotmail.com, and you'll see that instead of the HTTPS version that we're getting here, we're actually going to go to a HTTP version of hotmail.com. Now notice the top here. Notice that there is no HTTPS, so we're actually at the HTTP version of the website. You'll also notice that we didn't see any warnings, so it just looks like exactly a normal website looking exactly like hotmail.com. So I'm going to put in my email. And again, I'm going to use a false password. I'm just going to put 123456. And I'm going to sign in. Now, if we go to the Kali machine, you'll see that we managed to capture an email of zaid@hotmail.com. And we also managed to capture the password, which is 123456. Now, websites like Facebook and Google are actually using something called HSTS. And what that does, basically, the browser comes in with a hard-coded list of websites that have to be browsed as HTTPS. So even if we try to downgrade the HTTPS connection to HTTP, the browser will just refuse to show the website or just show a HTTPS version of it, because the browser, without connecting to anything, the browser itself has a list stored locally on the local computer saying that it shouldn't open Facebook, Gmail, and such websites as HTTP. So whatever way we try to do, then the website will just refuse to open it in HTTP. So I'm going to try to go to Facebook. And you'll see that I'm still going to the HTTPS version. Now, Man in the Middle framework actually has a HTTPS plugin, a HSTS plugin, which attempts to bypass this, but it only works against old browsers. So it used to use an old vulnerability, which is patched now in new browsers. So basically, with new browsers, Gmail and Facebook, at the moment, there is no way of bypassing their HTTPS connection because they use HSTS, which basically means they come in with hard-coded list in which the browser refuses to open these websites as HTTP. As soon as there is a way of bypassing HTTPS and HSTS, a practical way, then I'll update the course and add that way.